Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, we would like to welcome everybody for today's morning Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. This section in the day where we try to connect with the Bhagavatam again and make an update. We try to update our consciousness with the Bhagavatam. We download something of the Bhagavatam to give us an update. And this update should help us over the day to focus and to know why we do devotional service. Because when we don't have this, we don't know why. Therefore, the people outside world, they watching news and reading newspaper, that they are updated, right? And we update ourselves by reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. This is our inspiration, this is our focus. And this is very, very important because otherwise we're losing the plot. We're losing the purpose of our devotional life. So therefore, this is very, very important that we give our consciousness to the Bhagavatam at least for this 1 hour during the day. What? Okay, so first of all, what day is today? The appearance day of Vamana. So what does it mean? How did he appear? Yeah. So he was the one who came out of a nostril of Brahma? No? Huh? How he came? Huh? Yes, so he was born like a regular child. But what was special on this child? Is there anybody else who knows something? No, I'm asking if somebody else knows. I know that you know all of this, but I come back to you if nobody knows. But we also want to welcome our mother Devaki here in our midst and in Simhachalam, and asking for her blessings that we can become an instrument of divine mercy emanating from the lotus feet of our Srila Prabhupada in the form of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Yes, so what was special about this little boy born from Aditi? How did he look? How did he walk? How did he speak? Okay. So please, Mataji, tell us then. Shamanandini. And I think he referred to you like... Beautiful and small, okay. Yeah. Anybody else? Yes, he wore a deer skin. Why did he wear a deer skin? He got many presents from whom? Ist das Hand sign or do you point in the back? Aha, du meldest dich, okay. Eka Chakranitai. He was a Brahmin. Yeah, but what else was he? Young boy, deer skin. What else did he have? Dwarf, yeah, he was very small. We had this already. What else did he have in beside the deer skin? an umbrella, and kamandalu, yeah, water pot, and something else. Yeah, what kind of belt? Kusha grass. You know, you anybody know kusha grass? Using for yagya. Do you would like to have a belt out of kusha grass? Not so comfortable, right? But yeah, that's the signs. Traditionally, is a sign of, huh? Yeah, but what kind of renunciant? And what else you know? Oh, a brahmachari, yes. He was a brahmachari, and this is the special dress. I have to, because somehow the class is, more people are here than here. Nobody's sitting here, so I have to look more in this direction. Yeah, this is a classical sign of a brahmachari. This is how a brahmachari actually should dress. And this is... his appearance was very traditional in that sense, but what else was very special on him? Who remember? He was very... What?
He was really detached from...
detached, yeah. Effulgent, yes, he was very effulgent. That he... was so what happens if one is effulgent? One is how you would say somebody's effulgent, or how you would translate this. Somebody on the street, you would not say effulgent. He's effulgent. What else you would say? What is a other word maybe more common nowadays? Aura, big aura. Yeah, nowadays in the esoteric world, maybe you have aura. Some people can read your aura. You see on the street, sometimes they had somebody say, "Oh, I can see your aura." One time I remember we went from Leipzig, brahmacharis, we went all to India, and we were on the airport. I don't know, was it Berlin or somewhere? We were on the airport, and because we were so excited to go to India, and we walked there all in orange, freshly shaved, excited. And some person passed by us and said, "You guys raying." You guys raying. We leuchten. Yeah. Yeah. Like this. And what else you, other word maybe what can say if somebody is very shiny? Yeah, nowadays we would say, or charismatic. What about this? Charismatic. And this, this is includes all of this somehow. Somebody's very captivating. Somebody comes and everybody's like, wow, who is this personality? He has an aura, he has a charismatic appearance. So in this helped him very much when he did what? What did he do? What brahmachari is doing usually?
Begging.
They're begging, yes. And where do they beg? From householders. And when you brahmachari, you beg where? You go to beg from poor people. Yeah, you go to the rich people from door to door. So one day it happened, he came to which door? And who was Bali Maharaj? Yeah, he was the king of the universe, basically. He was very powerful. Because what happened? To which race, where actually, where Bali belongs to? Yes, to which race, from which line he comes? Who was his mother? Aditi? Damodar? Huh? He is from Didi. Yeah, Bali Maharaj is from Didi. This makes him actually the uncle of Ramananda Dev. Right? Because Didi and Aditi are sisters. So he coming to the door of Bali Maharaj, and why was Bali Maharaj the ruler of the universe? What happened before? He kicked out Indra. He kicked out all the demigods out of the administration and replaced them, right? And this was because he followed his guru. Who was his guru? Huh? Who? Shukacharya, yes. And actually, I mean, there's always a battle in the universe between the descendants of Diti and the descendants of Aditi. And of course, the descendants of Diti we call Daijas or demons. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they all have long teeth and kind of, they just don't recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu as superior. They try to snatch the power away from that administration, right? So he coming to the door of the ruler of the universe, and he's begging, and he's asking for what he's asking. 3 steps of land, right? And why only 3 steps? Yes, that's for him was enough. He just 3 steps of land is enough for me. Why 3 steps? Yeah, just need a place where I can lay down. And Vamana Dev, dwarf, he was not so tall anyway. So, and what was the reaction of Bali Maharaj? Yeah, come on! I own the whole universe. Now you come asking for 3 steps. You're so fortunate. You should ask for more. It's kind of that's even more embarrassing. If you go to a millionaire and ask him for some money for the bus or something. It's like, why you come to me? You can ask anybody for this. So therefore. And what was Bali's, Vamana's reaction to it? Did he say, oh yeah, then okay, then I take more? Obviously not. Yeah?
He said, if I'm not satisfied with 3 steps of land, I will not be satisfied with the whole world.
Yeah. And this was already a lesson what he gave to Bali Maharaj, because he was the owner of the universe, and there he gave him already a hint. Like, you own the whole universe, but if you can't be satisfied, and this is a very big lesson already, satisfaction is something what we have to cultivate. Satisfaction, or other word for satisfaction sounds always so, reminds me of the Rolling Stones. Huh? It's even more complicated word. Huh? Yeah, or let's say satisfaction of the mind. Satisfaction is an austerity of the mind. Because to be satisfied, one has to tell the mind, it's okay. Whatever we have, it's fine. It's this, like the Ishopanishad explains to us, that we have a share on the universe as members of the universe, but whatever we take over the share, we basically have to pay for it. We have to work for it or pay for it. And therefore, you don't see birds flying around with a cell phone with the Apple Pay or something, right? They don't have a wallet or anything. They get what they get from the universe because that's their share. Prabhupada gives this famous example: when you put a back of grain in the middle on the marketplace in the city. Some animals will come take something, the birds will eat something, but the man, he will do what? He take the whole bag and then sell it. Or he would take the bag and then sell it for a huge price. This is how we work, right? And that's exactly our problem. So anyway, this very famous statement from Vamana convinced Bali Maharaj, like, oh, wow, that's he is small, he looks like a little boy, but his wisdom is so profound. So and then he said, okay, I give you 3 steps of land. What happened next? Yes, his guru came. And this is a example what we can find here, what is actually Vedic tradition. First of all, that the ruler, whoever, whatever he rules, the universe or a state or a company or a temple, he always subordinates himself about or under the renunciants. Because he knows they don't do this for money. They don't do this for anything. They are renounced of wealth, of prestige, of everything. That's a good brahmana. He doesn't want anything, and therefore he can speak the truth. He can speak the truth because he doesn't care what the king does in the end. Somebody who's attached, he will tell only to his boss or king, or boss is the wrong word, the one who comes to the brahmana, he will always tell what he want to hear, because he knows then he gets payment. There was this famous astrologer, I think he was from Russia, he lived in Mayapur, Mataji, he was living in a hut in the field. He was like a brahmachari, long time, old already, and he was a very famous astrologer. Devotees came to him, please, can you tell me something? And I will look. And they came back and say, did you make my astrology? No, I forgot. He was completely not about, oh yeah, I do it, give me payment or something like that. And then he told him the plain truth. When he made it short, he told him the plain truth. And then, he accepted some alms, some donation, whatever they gave. He didn't care. But this is a brahmana. He always speaks the truth. Doesn't matter if it's in his favor or not. So this was this principle Bali Maharaj brought very much alive, that he went to Shukracharya and submitted himself under him. But in this point, what was Shukracharya's advice? Don't do it. Don't do it. Are you crazy? Do you not see something is special on him? Because this little dwarf, I tell you frankly, but it probably is nobody else than Vishnu. And he's coming. Vishnu, after all Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, amongst gambling, I'm cheating. No? Yeah, so, you be careful. This probably is Vishnu, and when Vishnu comes, there's a purpose behind. When he comes in this way, there's a purpose behind. As many times that Vishnu came in disguise, something to get a higher thing done. So, and Shukracharya could see this. Something is fishy here, let's say, huh? Something is not right here. So don't do it. Don't go in his direction. Don't go with him. Just, give him something, send him away. But Bali Maharaj said, but I promised. He said, doesn't matter, if there are any circumstance. And then Shukracharya, he brought out any circumstances where you can break a promise. Even some, even from the Shastra, where they say, you can break your promise in this point. But Bali Maharaj said, nope, I promised, I will give it. And if this is Vishnu, and he want to defeat me with 3 steps of land, if he does this, then he's worshipable. So let it be, whatever it is, let it be. And he rejected Shukracharya. He rejected his guru. Right? And this is also, we take also as an example. If you have a guru, you tell you don't surrender to Krishna, then such a guru is rejectable. So, and of course then the whole history unfolded. What happened? What happened then? What happened then with this little 3 steps of land? Subal. Yeah, somebody knows exactly what the steps were. The first step.
I think from one side to the other side of the universe, and the second was from down to up.
Yeah, so the upper planetary systems and the lower planetary systems, and Krishna explained yesterday about them that they're not necessarily hellish planets. They are just lower planets. So then what? He covered the whole, basically Bali Maharaj in this point was already defeated. And he knew it, everybody knew it. Shukracharya knew it, he said, you blew it. You blew it completely, you lost everything. All his ministers were completely upset with the king, Bali Maharaj, because they knew we're not in charge anymore, we lost it. Right? We lost the whole thing. What we fought so much about it, for it, we lost it in this very moment. And then Bali Maharaj said, or Vamana said, with his foot, where I should put my 3rd step. So, and then everybody said, there's nothing more to cover. There's nothing more to cover. So he's a liar. Ramana said, so you didn't provide me 3 steps? You a liar. And then he called the nagas, the ropes, bind him. Bind Bali Maharaj. And then Bali Maharaj said, 1 second, there's one thing what I can give you. Jai Shishi Vamanana Singadev Ki Jai. There's one more thing. Nrsingadev, what you please can take from me. What is it?
Himself, and he said he should put his feet on his head.
Yes, put your foot on my head. Right? And this way he became the very famous servant and the acharya actually for complete surrendering. Right? Atmanivediyam. So therefore, this is a very special day where we remember this pastime. And in each and every story what we hear, we have always the tendency to kind of identify with some, you open a book, Roman or anything, even a Bhagavad Gita, you open Bhagavad Gita and immediately Bhagavad Gita is even made like this, so that you immediately identify with a character. With which character you identify in the Bhagavad Gita? Krishna? Or Dhritarashtra? Duryodhana? With whom do you identify when you read first time Bhagavad Gita? Obviously Arjuna, right? So because it's our story, this story what Arjuna unfolds there in the Bhagavad Gita is our story. We are completely bewildered. We don't know what to do. And we say, please, Krishna, guide me, drive my chariot of life. And here in this pastime, what do you think which side do we take? Any guess? Who are we? Yes, of course, we have the tendency of Bali Maharaj. But most of us, we would say, the question is then, on which advice we would listen. Would we listen to Shukracharya? To kind of get out of it. Oh yeah, sorry, no. Sorry, I just was kidding. Go away. Or would we listen to the higher power, the higher voice in our heart, would tell us, no, you should surrender. Whatever it costs, and even if it costs your life, even if it costs your ego, your wealth, your everything, but you should surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes. And this we can experience every day in our life. Every hour, every second, every mantra. Do we surrender ourselves, our mind, our ego, our intelligence to each and every mantra what we chant? Or do we surrender to our mind? Do we chant and listen to our mind, what still tells us this and that, from the past, from the future? Or do we be in the presence where Krishna happens, where Vamana comes and says, can I get your head? Where should I put my foot? No, I have so much other things to think of. Right? Okay, this was a little reflection on this very special day. Now, where's my glasses? Now, we go to the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Today we read from the fourth, from the fourth canto, chapter 20, verse 37, right? Bhagavan api rachashe, subhadhyayasya chashchucha, subhadhyayasya chashchucha, haran iva mano myushya, haran iva mano mushya, svadharma pratyapatyaya, svadharma pratyapatyata, Bhagavan api rachashe, sopadhyayasya chachutya, haram iva mano myushya, svadharma pratyapatyata. Please. Ladies. Okay. Subhadhyayasya chachudya, haraniva mano mushya, svadharma pratyapatyata. Bhagavan api rachashe, subhadhyayasya chachudya, haran iva mano mushya, svadharma pratyapatyata. Bhagavan. Supreme Personality of Godhead. Api. also Raja Rishi of the saintly king, Sa Upadhyayasya, along with all the priests, Cha, also, Achyuta, the infallible Lord, Haran, captivating, Eva, indeed, Mana, the mind, Amushya, of him, Svadharma, to his abode, Pratyapatyayat, Pratyapatyata, returned. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, having captivated the minds of the king and the priests who were present, returned to his abode in the spiritual sky. Okay, shortly, what happened where we are here, for those who don't know, who were not here the last days, weeks? What happening here? Which king making any sacrifice? Who was it? King Prithu, yes. And he makes a sacrifice. With whom? Who else was there? Yeah, we heard yesterday. And here in the verse, what was said? Who was there? All there. What you need when you make a sacrifice to meet these guys who... The priests. And who else was there? Vishnu, yeah. So they were all there, and we heard yesterday all this who came. And so now Vishnu, who was called, he decides to leave to his spiritual abode. And now we have a purport of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is all spiritual, He can descend from the spiritual sky without changing His body. And thus He is known as Achyuta, or infallible. When a living entity falls down to the material world, however, he has to accept a material body. And therefore, in this material embodiment, he cannot be called Achyuta, because he falls down from the real engagement in the service of the Lord. The living entity gets a material body to suffer or try to enjoy in a miserable material condition of life. Therefore, the fallen living entity is Chuta, whereas the Lord is called Achyuta. The Lord was attractive for everyone, not only the king, but also to the priestly order, who were very much addicted to the performance of Vedic rituals. Because the Lord is all attractive, He is called Krishna, or one who attracts everyone. The Lord appeared in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, who is a planetary expansion of Lord Krishna. He is the second incarnation from Karanadakashayi Vishnu, who is the origin of the material creation, and who expands as Gopal Vishnu, who then enters into each and every universe. Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is one of the Purushas who control the material modes of nature. Om Agnanati Mandasya Kananan Chanashalakya Chakshur Medamiyena Tasmai Shikarve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapidamena Bhutale Svayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Svabrandikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktabrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So what happened here? We had I keep on always asking because I don't want that devotees fall asleep. What we had here, a big sacrifice. And what is a sacrifice? What is a sacrifice for kings, for kshatriyas? It's a big festival. It's a festival. They organize the sacrifices just to show off. Show off not in a necessary bad way, like showing off, but it's part of it. Therefore, Yudhishthira, he was advised to make a Rajsura sacrifice as well. So this is not only that they kind of display their opulence or whatever, it's to show the power. And this is very important for Kshatriyas, not just for their ego, it's to show for the rest of the world, hey, here is the ruler, here is the king. It's very important. It's kind of a festival where they invite all other administrators of the universe, as we heard yesterday, who all came. Right? So if you have, for example, a festival for Brahmins, how could a festival for Brahmins look? What do they do? Yes, they have a philosophical discussion about the truth or whatever. And, still to nowadays, somewhere, we still have this where Brahmins meet together and discuss Shastra. Like basically, what we're supposed to do now, right? But in India, sometimes it's also like a festival where different sects or different philosophical schools come together and then they're arguing, right? They're not in a bad way arguing, they're arguing on the basis of Shastra, not just because somebody thinks something or whatever. They're arguing on the basis of Shastra. What could be a festival for Vaishyas? Huh? Well, yeah, auktion. What could be another word or another thing for Vaishyas?
Business meeting, business talks.
Business talks, but
Parliaments nowadays.
Huh?
Parliaments nowadays.
Parliaments? Not really. I mean, what, Subal?
Something related to agriculture, like in Krishna book is described, they were having a party throwing yogurt with a butter around.
Yeah, how we call this in English? In German we say Messe. Convention? Huh? A fair, yeah. Fair or convention, whatever. Where they all come together, like on the marketplace, and show what they have, the products, and kind of trade. And this is where Vaishyas go. You hardly see Brahmins going on the market. Maybe the wives to get something, to purchase something. But, this is kind of where Vaishyas meet together on the marketplace. And what is a festival for Shudras? Huh? Concert. Yeah, what else? Probably not could, would, will be involved. Some kind of, what they had, basically what all the rulers they do when they do kind of a, when Kamsa, he wanted to have a big festival for his citizens. What did he do? Kind of a battle or something, where he brought Krishna and Balaram from Vrindavan to fight against his wrestlers, Mushtika and what's on them? Huh? Yes. So, this is kind of where kings entertain the masses, So that's a festival for them because everybody comes, right? So yeah, now here we have this festival, and as we just had a festival some days ago, and what happened in this festival some days ago? In fact, we will have a festival tomorrow again, some sort of festival, and therefore we also had some special guests coming, right? So we had special guests in the festival, and this preachers roaming around, traveling through the whole world. They do what? What do they do? Mata Devaki, what do you do? What do you do? Trying to serve, yes, of course. This we should all do. But how do you serve? By preaching, yes, by giving knowledge, understanding. And when you leave, how you serve when you leave? I don't mean you serve when you leave, but when you leave, or when such high esteemed travelers or sadhus, when they leave a community or a festival, what do they leave? What is their service when they leave? They give blessings. Exactly. Blessings or not blessings. Right? But this is something what actually you invite these people. You invite these highly esteemed guests to what? What is the purpose of the community to invite such guests? Yeah, so how you get blessings? Yeah, you please them, you serve them. Kind of you make arrangements, or you show off your community that these sadhus, they give blessings. And this is what really happened, what we really felt in the last festival. For example, Krishna Kshetra Swami in this, was not his last class, was the class before, where he recalled the memory how it was, like, let's say 20 years ago when he came to Simhachalam, right, where devotees sometimes were not so pleased because there was always quarrel, there was always fighting amongst the devotees, and such people, they don't want to come to places where there is not a right energy, and when they leave these places, they may think, probably I don't come back here anymore. And this was the situation. And Krishna Kshetra Swami and also Satchidananda Swami, they both expressed their satisfaction of the community, right? And they left with blessing us. And this is very, very important. These blessings, they're very important. We made out of blessings. Our whole life, especially our spiritual life, we made out of blessings. And as a community, we also like a body. We're not just a single body, we're a body of community. So these blessings, they are very essential for us, that we can thrive, that we can go on, that we can increase our seva, to satisfy and attract more sadhus or highly esteemed guests in our community. So therefore, this is very important. And therefore, King Prithu, he invited all of these different energies of the universe, because this is what we had yesterday, all these different Gandharvas, Siddhas, whoever came, they were invited. Why? Because they fulfill a function in the universe. They're not just there. Nobody in the universe is there to just be there. Everybody has a swadharma, an eternal purpose, some task to fulfill. Right? And this is as race individual, like, all the different races in the universe, they have a different function, a role to fulfill. But especially also for us as humans, we have also a function to fulfill in the universe. And this is service. Of course, we can say everybody does a service, but especially we as humans, we have a service to keep this, especially this earthly planets, keep it flowing. Therefore, you see sometimes even monks in Himalaya, mostly nowadays Buddhist monks, or they fall under the category of Buddhists, but they're there chanting mantras and making their stuff, making their pujas, just because they feel that the purpose of life is to chant these mantras, that this earth, this universe is going. That's the purpose. They understand it's not just because we make some good business deals. It's not just money. It's not how to say, it's not the finance world what keeps the world going. They understand it's the subtle energies who have to be invoked, who keep the peace in the universe, especially on this earthly planet. Now we all understand that's not, nowadays nobody is so exalted anymore to can do this chanting or this mantras. As I said, it's now mainly taken on by the Buddhist tradition who do this. But there were always rishis and sages in the higher regions of the world who were just connecting our software with the software of the universe, and in this way made an exchange and keep the balance in the energies. It's not about the economy, this was the word I was looking for. It's not about the economy of the universe who keeps it going. It's the blessings and it's the endeavors of the great sages, right? And therefore, it's very important that we understand this, because we as humans, we completely lost our purpose in life. We think we just have to be part of the economic system, of the economic machine. We have to be part of this big, huge machine made out of humans and bodies. Sometimes, you see pictures was like the society is like made out of a big body of many bodies who, the ones who down, they are the feet and everybody's trembling and they're holding up the whole weight. Something, modern society is like this. And then you have on top, you have the big heads who think and who try to kind of navigate this construct through the world. But that's not what humans are meant for. Humans meant for to fulfilling their purpose, and therefore we have these 4 different varnas. What is part of it? But after all, it's our understanding we have to serve, and in our service we have to connect. If we're losing the connection with each other, then we cannot function as a society, right? And this is mostly what happens nowadays, this connection, this human connection, what we have naturally. We naturally kind of bound with each other on a subtle platform, right? In a community, each and every individuum creates the flavor of the community. It's like a sabji. You add another vegetable, it gives a different flavor. You add another spice, it gives another flavor. In the same way, somebody comes in the community, it gives a different flavor. Like now we have so many guests because of the wedding. So the flavor of the community is different, because each and every one of you gives the input and adds to the subtle environment of the community, right? Therefore, it's so welcomed if saintly persons come, and we are very concerned if crazy people come, right? Because it influences the community, right? It influences the society. So we have this connection with each other, as a family, as a community, as a society, as a nation, as the population of the earth. We have this connection. But now, this connection, because it works, it functions on an analog basis. Basically, it functions in the mind with our heart connections. But these connections is now separated. They try to kind of separate us. They put each and every one in a different box, right? In a like a tiny home, right? They try to separate families. They try to separate friends. They try to separate these natural connections what humans have and replace it with digital connections. right? Because digital connections you can very easily influence. It just needs two informations, yes or no. Energy or no energy. That's all. It's so predictable. But you never can influence a human friendship. It's not predictable. It's not at all predictable, but this makes it interesting. Therefore, society, humans, they run like this for millions of years, but now we're getting replaced by digital friendships. It's very important that we understand this and know that we have this technology and we're using this technology, but don't get used by this technology. As Prabhupada said, when the first devotees went out in Germany, basically, when they went from England, they came to Hamburg, to the Star Club. They were invited for an evening session to play live there. Hare Krishna, you know. So they asked Mukunda, this time Mukunda, Prabhu, and all the other who were there, I guess, Shamasundar and Malati and I forgot who was there. They asked him Prabhupada for permission to go there because they know it will be difficult preaching in such an environment. What was Prabhupada's advice? Somebody remember? He said, go fishing, but don't get wet. Right? So yeah, this is how we nowadays we have to approach the world. We have to see, okay, these are tools, what we can use, what we can kind of use to spread our message, our this message to the world. What we are convinced that will help the world. Why? Why we are convinced that it will help the world? How are we convinced that these books will change the world, or will change at least a heart? Why are we convinced? What? It changed me, yes. So therefore we can be convinced, hey, if something can change me, and I'm a stubborn guy, but there was one person who changed my heart, and this was A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, right? And so if this is possible for me, it can be possible for anybody else. So therefore it's very important for us that we kind of spread this message and create new devotees, more devotees. Because the devotees, they carry this message. And this message is about what? What is the message all about? Love, peace, and harmony. Is it? Is it? Huh? Yeah, why not? Of course. It's love, peace, and harmony. It comes out of it. But what is the core of it? God. Yes. The devotees carry Krishna. They carry the Lord. Without devotees, there would be no God, no Krishna. Of course, Krishna is everywhere. He's ever there. But if the devotees would not carry the Lord, they would not. For the society, God would be lost. Right? Therefore, it's so important. And this is what will happen in the end of Kali Yuga. There will be no devotees anymore. There will be no Krishna anymore. There will be only black rock. Joking. There will be only materialism. Right? And therefore, this is now the time. That's the golden age sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He downloaded the software in the age of computers, right? He downloaded the software of Harinam Sankirtan to really save the world, to make this connection, to bring us back together. And that's Sankirtan. We do Sankirtan. What do we need for Sankirtan? Do we need mobile phones? No. Do we need the internet for this? Yes. We can use it, yeah, but actually we don't need it. We don't need it. We only use it to spread it more. But we don't need it. Two devotees can come together and make a Harinam. Somebody did Harinam, a two-man Harinam. I did once over the Nash market in Vienna, collecting vegetables. We did every Saturday for the Sunday feast. And one time we were only two. So we went there very enthusiastically, 2 bhaktas, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And it worked. We were granted with some alms. And we were completely blissful because we had a special bondage. And I guess the other one and myself, we never will forget this, that we did this Harinam, just 2 of us. Because this binded us together. And I can't tell you if we even friends on Facebook. Probably not. But we have this connection, what is there for the eternity, because this was the eternal service of Harinam Sankirtan in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is so important, that we as community, we keep this spirit alive. We keep this chanting. We keep this download of the software of the Bhagavatam every day. And of course, it's an austerity. But hey, where in life you don't have to do austerity? What about the people who go every day to Knaus? Do you think they like it? Do you think they have any pleasure? Do you think they go when they go home from Knaus, do you think they think, wow, that was so amazing? When the devotees went from this festival, most of the devotees, I don't know, but so many people came forward and said, thank you, that was amazing, it was such a wonderful festival. And you can see them, you can see how blissful they are. How many people go at home from Knaus blissful? I don't know, maybe some, I don't know. But I guess not. When I was working, I was never blissful when I came home, what to speak when I had to go there. So there is austerity everywhere. Depends for whom you make this austerity and what you get out of it. You make austerity to get a paycheck, or do you just pay your rent, maybe some necessary of something. Maybe you can go to Aldi with your paycheck. You go then to Aldi and get, look for the cheapest things and the vegetables who are kind of, whatever, but this is what you can buy for your austerity, right? And then you see the one you're doing austerity for, how he's sitting, becoming fat, and making all kinds of sinful activities. Well, when we do austerity and cooking something, we don't see in the Singadev getting fat. We see who get fat. Right? The devotees. Because the Lord's concern is only about the devotees. He only wants to see that the devotees are happy. That's his only concern. Therefore he comes, therefore he incarnates, and this is his purpose. His main purpose is to make his devotees happy. And it doesn't matter if they're very exalted devotees, like in Goloka Vrindavan, the Brijbasis, or if it's just Bhakta Simhachalam who just joined. But he wants to see him happy. So that's the great gift what we got. And we should always remember this and keep the spirit alive. And when we feel we lose it, go back to these moments where you were blissful. Go back to your beginning days in Krishna consciousness, where everything was wonderful. All the devotees were beautiful. And the only thing what you had to do and what you wanted to do is getting up for Mangalarti. Greatest bliss. So thank you very much. I'm asking for your blessings that I can, these words what came out of me somehow or other change my heart, and I can implant this some time in my life, and this way becoming a useful member of your community. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Are there any corrections, Mother Devaki? What do you think?
I have a little point to add, maybe. First of all, thank you very much for giving us Hare Krishna. One little point to add, because often we come across that people have a very shallow understanding of blessings, and people just think it's some cheap magic, you know, and people just come, it happens as a preacher, it happens to us all the time. Oh, please give me your blessings, give me your blessings. But there is a nice purport where Prabhupada says, and this supports the point you made, that we actually serve, and then we get the blessings in return. There is this purport where Prabhupada says, we cannot accept service without offering something in return, some upliftment, some instruction. Otherwise, we are simply accepting service for our sense gratification. So, and that is the loving exchange, that we serve, and then that captures a person's heart and merciful smile, and then we get some blessings in return. And I like to see blessings really as instruction, as guidance, sometimes correction. That's the real blessings, right? Can you say some additional thing to that?
I completely agree with you, and thank you. I didn't see it from this point. I saw it more like this. For example, last festival, Satchidananda Swami and Krishna Kshetra Swami, they both expressed their satisfaction, and when they go with a meditation about this community, what is like. I mentioned this to Satchidananda Swami, like this example what Prabhupada gives, like the tortoise meditate upon their offspring, in this way raising them. So, so we are little tortoises, and our sadhus, they are, I don't want to say they're tortoises, but this is the principle, that they go and with the great satisfaction, what they see, okay, we following their instructions. We took the instructions to heart, what they gave previously, and now they see it flourishes. Then they see our endeavor was not in vain, especially the Prabhupada disciples, or who gave so much of their life to establish centers like that. And if they see centers falling apart, or it's not really, there's no Bhagavatam class, no really program or something, then they think, for what Prabhupada came, for what we did our endeavor. But when they see something, it's building up, it's dynamic in Krishna conscious way, then they give blessings, and from afar, from a distance, they're meditating upon this community. And this is very important for us as a community. This was but thank you. Yeah, giving the instructions is part of the blessing. What we have to make out of it increases then the blessing when you or whatever come back and see, okay, it's going in the right direction. And then you inspire to come back because okay, people actually listening, they're taking it at heart. And it remembered me of the Srila Prabhupada with his disciple. He was in a train, and he had this compartment of the train where the door opens and closes. And outside in the train was in India. They saw some Indians who like to sneak or look into the train. And Prabhupada didn't react because he knew as soon he has eye contact with them, he has to speak with them, and he knew what they want. And at one point, because devotees, his sannyasis who were with him, they were coming in and out, and always they tried to get a glimpse of Prabhupada, and then Prabhupada said, okay, let him come in. And then they came in and sat down in front of Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, can you give us blessings? And Prabhupada said, what do you want? And one came and said, my knee is hurting very badly, or something like that. And Prabhupada looked at them and said, you want to have my blessings? You want to have my blessings? And he said, yes, yes, Swamiji. And then Prabhupada, he pointed to his sannyas and brahmachari disciples shaved in orange, Tamal Krishna or whatever, said, this is my blessings. This is my blessings. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this blessings? And said, okay, Swamiji. And I went out. Yeah. So, this is the blessings. And for us as devotees, of course, we want to be like that, like we ready for the blessings. Please give us. And yeah, so, sorry, this just came in mind, the story. Thank you.
Bali Maharaj is a demon, right?
Was?
Bali Maharaj was a demon.
It was a demon, yeah.
Why did he accept Ramananda?
Why he accept Ramananda? Now, he follows, see, demons doesn't mean like nasty and making everything wrong. Demons follow Vedic culture. They follow the Vedas. The Vedas is like the software of the universe. You have to, if you want to be successful in the universe, then you follow Vedas, because Vedas tell you what you have to do. And they're making sacrifices, they're making arrangements, they're making pujas.
Yeah, sure, Vedas are the Anleitung for the universe, but Vamanadev, I guess he was officially worshipping Vishnu, because he's Vishnu himself.
Vamanadev is Vishnu.
Yeah, but then everyone thought, okay, he's also, I think he was showing that he is a devotee of Vishnu. Or not, and then why did, ich mache mal auf Deutsch. Also, Vamanadev,
Vielleicht ein bisschen langsamer einfach.
Vamanadev wird ja nach außen hin sich als Devotee von Vishnu ausgegeben haben. So, und Bali Maharaj war jetzt wahrscheinlich nicht so der größte Fan von Vishnu, weil er wollte sich ja selber als der Höchste etablieren. Warum hat er dann Vamanadev akzeptiert und ihm die Segen oder ja, seinen Wunsch erfüllt? Das ist ja so wie, da kommt ein Feind von mir und ich sage, ah ja klar, hier, nimm mal 3 Schritte Land und ich gebe dir noch ein Königreich dazu.
Well, that's the thing. Bali Maharaj didn't see him as his enemy. He accepted that this is the source of the universe. And although they are demons and trying to kind of neglect the source of the universe, but make the universe molded in their way, they're still using the same technique as the demigods. So, but Bali Maharaj, because he had some devotion, because he was the, he comes from Didi. They are all in one line, in one sense. So he had this understanding that here is some supreme power going on. And if I want to be successful in the universe, not only material, not only on a material platform, because Kishorikund, are you okay? Probably it hurt. He was, so we should really bring this out today. I think it's over. We don't need this anymore. Maybe somebody can arrange this. Yeah, so he understood that's the higher principle. That's the higher principle. And if I want to be successful, not only materially, because materially he was most successful, he owned the whole universe, but he knew if I want to be ultimately successful, then I surrender to the supreme principle in the universe. What is Vishnu? What is God? So therefore he is glorified. And that's the thing. Demons are not, they're not as we see them nowadays with big fangs and, they're in some sort very aristocratic. We have this example where Hiranyakashipu, after Hiranyaksha was killed in the Bhagavatam, he speaks Vedic. He preaches to his wives and the wives of Hiranyaksha. What's going on here? Kishori Kund. Hopefully she's fine. Makes sense? Okay. So thank you very much. It's a blessing to be in amongst you, and please let me be of service. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Sringadev Bhagavan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari.
War die Maharaj überhaupt gegen Vishnu oder wollte er selber König sein? Weil der hat ja diese Devotion, das klingt auch nicht. Also der war ja jetzt nicht so, nicht Hiranyakashipu, der von alle Brahmanas umgebracht hat. Weil er war einfach so, ich will halt herrschen sein, aber man kann ja auch ohne falsche Dinge. Er verehrt nicht Vishnu.
Thank you very much, Rich. It helps me now very much because I have to start Shastra course and actually even so I state this like highlights I cannot do everything. And actually I also see at the time it's very difficult for me to very cool. So let's
Okay, er hat einfach seine Pflicht erfüllt, aber ziemlich gut. Okay, das ist okay.
I will bring my telephone, will add you at our Telegram group and we also will see which service you have.
Okay, and I'll start if you could hang around a bit if I have any questions.
Das hat akzeptiert von Anfang an. Alles wichtig, okay. Okay, gut.
Well, we don't have to.
My mic is going short. I might just go and shut up the mic.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't have
Geh mal rüber.
Ja, jetzt müsste ich noch das hinzufügen. Es gibt coole Notebooks oder irgendwas, worauf man keine Offense against hiding Highlands.
Ich muss immer schauen, dass ich die Segnungen kriege, wenn ich Anti-Segnungen kriege. Also ich kann einen Fluch sagen, genau. Fluch, wenn ich einen Fluch kriege, dann muss ich natürlich mit
Es gibt ja so viele Beispiele nach Bhagavatam.
Genau.
Ja.
Ich weiß nicht, also ich glaube,
Ich würde mich freuen, wenn ich
Geh zu Schluss. Geh zu Schluss. Du brauchst meine nicht mehr.
Aber ob das dann so da bleibt,
Wo kommst du her?